The Whispering Current, the river, had no name on any official map, but the locals called it the Whisper. No one knew why exactly. Maybe it was the way the wind passed over the slow-moving water, or the strange hushed sounds that rose from its banks at night. Or maybe it was the stories, the kind that were never told in daylight. Jenna and her two friends, Mark and Elise, didn't believe in local legends. They were graduate students in environmental science, out to collect water samples and test pollution levels in remote Appalachian waterways for a summer research grant. The Whisper was their last stop, a narrow, snake-like stretch that wound through an ancient, forgotten part of the forest. "We'll be in and out," Jenna had said confidently. "One day, tops." They reached the river just after noon. The sun hovered behind a sheet of white clouds, casting a flat light over everything. Trees leaned in close to the banks, their roots gnarled and wet. A strange, earthy smell hung in the air, not quite rot, not quite mold, but something heavier. "This place is weird," Elise muttered as they unloaded their gear. "It feels too quiet." Mark laughed. "We're miles from civilization. That's what happens when there aren't any highways or idiots blasting music." But Jenna paused. Elise was right. The forest was silent. Not the peaceful kind, but the hollow kind, as if something had scared away all the birds and insects. Still, they got to work. Water samples, pH levels, photos of riverbank erosion. They made notes, recorded temperatures, documented aquatic life, or the lack thereof. By 5 p.m., they were ready to leave. But when they checked the GPS, the trail they had taken in was gone. The first night. "Are you sure this is where we came in?" Elise asked, scanning the undergrowth. Jenna frowned at the screen. "The signal's bouncing. I had a clear marker here earlier." They walked the bank for nearly an hour, doubling back, trying to find the path. The light faded fast under the dense canopy. Mark tried to get a drone up, but it wouldn't connect. "Fine," Jenna said finally. "We camp here for the night. We can retrace our steps in the morning." They set up a single tent. None of them were happy about it, but there wasn't much choice. As darkness settled, the river changed. It moved slower, like it was watching, and the silence grew oppressive. That night, Jenna dreamed of drowning, not in water, but in voices, whispers, thousands of them filling her ears until her head felt like it would burst. She woke up gasping. Across from her, Elise sat rigid, eyes wide open. "Did you hear them?" Elise whispered. "Hear what?" Elise looked at her. "They're under the water, talking, calling." Something in the water. The next morning, they tried to leave again. Still no trail, no GPS, no drone connection. The river, now tinged slightly darker, felt closer than before, like the bank had crept forward. Jenna approached the water to collect a second sample. As she knelt down, something brushed her finger. She jumped back, heart racing. "What was that?" Mark asked. "I don't know. Something touched me." They scanned the water. Nothing. But then Elise leaned in, staring into the murky depths. "There's someone down there," she whispered. "What?" "I saw a face, a woman, eyes open, staring up." Mark snorted. "It's just sediment. Reflections. You're freaking yourself out." But Jenna wasn't so sure. That night, they heard the first scream. Not an animal, not human, something wet and broken. They didn't sleep. Part 4. The Drowned Ones. By the third day, things had changed. Mark had gone missing. One moment he was at the camp boiling water. The next, gone. No sound, no sign of struggle. "We have to search for him," Jenna insisted. "He might be hurt." But Elise was shaking. It's the river. It took him. They scoured the shoreline for hours. No footprints, no blood. But Jenna found something else. A doll, waterlogged, old, stuffed into the roots of a tree. She pulled it out. Its glass eyes were cracked, its mouth stitched shut. Elise backed away. Drop it, drop it. When Jenna did, the doll let out a soft gurgle. That night, Elise stood at the edge of the water talking to it. Jenna woke to the sound of whispering and found her friend knee-deep in the river, staring down, lips moving. "Elise!" she shouted. Elise turned, eyes distant. "They're waiting. We don't belong here." Jenna dragged her back to camp. They sat in silence for hours, listening to the voices rising from the current. To be continued,